In today's video, we will be making one of my all-time favorite cocktails ever, the Sazerac. This truly is my litmus test for an exceptional bartender, somebody that understands nuance and balance in cocktail making. So during the video, we're gonna go ahead and make the cocktail, we're gonna discuss its history, and stay tuned to the very end because we will be sharing with you one technique that you can leverage across any cocktail to make it more interesting and personal. Hi everyone, I'm Chris from A Bar Above. I'm a 15-year veteran of the bar and somebody that loves making fun and delicious cocktails. So we're gonna make the Sazerac here in a second, but before we do, let's talk about its long, rich history. So in 1850, Sewell Taylor sold his coffee company in order to purchase the Sazerac Cognac Company. The person he sold it to was Aaron Bird, who developed the original recipe for the Sazerac. Now the original recipe used Sazerac Cognac and another native ingredient to New Orleans, Peychaud's bitters. So Antoine Peychaud actually owned an apothecary in New Orleans, so the Sazerac truly is a cocktail born in New Orleans in a very specific time and place. Now the original recipe actually calls for Sazerac Cognac, but when phylloxera hit France, the cognac supply started to dwindle and vanish. So we had to find something that was abundant in the United States, and rye was a very good choice for this cocktail. So when you take a look at a very historical recipe for the Sazerac, sometimes you'll see it with cognac and sometimes you'll see it with rye. They're technically both correct. So we're gonna make our version of the Sazerac with a little nod to the history of this particular cocktail and use a little bit of rye and a little bit of cognac. Now let's go ahead and make the Sazerac. Now this is a little bit more of a complicated build than, let's say, an old fashioned, but it's pretty straightforward. So the very first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and grab my absinthe, and I'm gonna go ahead and coat the glass I'm gonna be drinking the cocktail out of. So a couple sprays, and then I'm gonna go ahead and chill that glass down by adding ice to it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let that glassware chill as I go ahead and build the cocktail in my mixing glass. So to this mixing glass, I'm gonna go ahead and add my Peychaud's bitters, simple syrup, my rye, and the cognac. So now we're just going to go ahead and add ice to it, go ahead and chill it and dilute it as well. So now that the cocktail's nice and chilled, I'm going to go ahead and dump this out. I'm going to coat it as much in absinthe as possible, but I'm going to get rid of the remainder of it. And now we're just going to go ahead and pour that right into that serving glass. And the final step is to garnish it with a little bit of lemon oil. And we're not going to go ahead and put this in the cocktail. We're actually going to go ahead and throw this away because the only thing we want is the flavor and the aroma of the lemon. So there we have it, our version of the Sazerac. Cheers. And so for my favorite part is the taste test. So now let's go ahead and try our Sazerac, shall we? I love this cocktail so much. Earlier I mentioned that this is kind of my litmus test for an excellent bartender, is because there's so much complexity in such a simple cocktail. You know, the layers of flavor that evolve over time really are wonderful. Highly recommend trying this cocktail recipe for sure. Now, earlier in the video, we also mentioned a simple technique that you can apply, and it's evident in this cocktail, and that is split base or a partial substitution. So here we did a little bit of rye, a little bit of cognac, but you can invert that if you wanted to as well. Do a little heavier on the cognac, lighter on the rye, and it will change this cocktail considerably, maybe to your taste. You can also do a split base on the bitters. So we have Peychauds here, but you could do like 50% Peychauds, 50% Ango, or even orange bitters if you want to experiment, and that will change the cocktail as well. Now, one substitution I would recommend for this drink is to substitute out the simple syrup for a turbinado or demerara. It will add some caramel, some toffee, and some vanilla notes, really amplify the flavor of the whiskey. Or you could even go old school and use just a sugar cube in there as well. If you like that granular texture that you get from some old fashions, that little rush of sugar at the end, you can go that direction as well. So there we have it. We have made our version of the Sazerac. We've talked about its history and gave you a simple technique that you can apply to basically any cocktail, the partial substitution or the split base. So we know you have watched videos similar to this. You know what we're gonna ask. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell icon, and you will get notified anytime we release cocktail videos similar to this one. Until then, I hope you guys are enjoying your favorite version of the Sazerac. Cheers.